Welcome to Create and Blossom, where we help our writers write their books and inspire the world. This is me, Kennisha Griffin, and I am so glad you're here today because today I'm talking about how you can sharpen your skills as a writer. All right, so I get asked this question a lot, to be honest with you. People often want to know, do I need to have a college degree in order to become a published author? How much should I write in order to become a really good writer? Well, these are all really good questions. And at the end of the day, it actually boils down to no, you really don't have to have a college degree in order to become a published author. But it is important that you sharpen your skills as often as possible so that you can make sure that you're putting out some really good books. You know, you want to put out books that people can easily read. You want to put out stuff that has that is written well. And let me just jump a little bit into why it's important for you to do that. All right, so I am reading out of a book that I wrote called Put Your Pen to Paper. Put Your Pen to Paper, 20 Keys to Help You Successfully Write Your Book was written and published this year. This is a compilation of different notes, it's a compilation of different notes and different talks that I have had over the years. I have served in a writing community for over a decade now, and I have helped a lot of people actually write their books and publish them. So a lot of what I know is right here in this little bitty book. So I'm going to talk a little bit about chapter 7 on how you can sharpen your writing skills. And I'm just going to jump right on into the very first tip that I have. Number 1, attend writing or publishing conferences and workshops. So here's the thing. Writing conferences and lectures and workshops are wonderful ways that you can network with other writers. It's a really good opportunity for you to meet other people that are in this industry, meet like-minded people like yourself. I attended some before and I absolutely loved every time I went. It's nothing but a treasure to meet people who share a similarity like you. They may not be writing in the same genre that you have. They may not have the same story to tell, but there are writers that are out there, and they too are there to learn, to get information, and to just grow as a writer as well. So you're meeting people that you know can sympathize and they can understand exactly how you're feeling. And beyond that, you're also sitting in classroom sessions and you're learning a thing or two from professionals, okay? A lot of these writing workshops, they have experts come out who are different publishers, editors, literary agents. There are people that come out to teach these workshops to inform you and to educate you and to help you master the craft of writing your book, at least get to a really good head start if you are new to this thing. So I definitely suggest attending a writing conferences. So today, because of COVID-19, that may look a little bit differently. You may have to go to virtual conferences or something like that, and you may be able to enroll in those. I know some of those do actually exist, so I would search for those on Google if you can. But I do know that conferences and workshops are wonderful. I also suggest joining a writing group, which is the next part in my book. See, it's the second one. It's called Join a Writing Group. That's the next tip. So when I first started writing, I researched and found the closest writing group that was a little over an hour from my city. And so the truth is, guys, I would drive way out to this city called Rockwall. And this is where I met authors who were established authors, but they were still in pursuit of, well, growing as a writer. It's one thing I know, that writers who are serious about being published authors, they consistently write. So they're always trying to get better. They're always trying to learn how to be more descriptive. They're always trying to learn how to put their words together so that it can make sense and be easy for readers. So you definitely want to absolutely join a writing group. If you cannot get to a writing group, or if it's a little bit more of a challenge for you now because of COVID, then definitely sign up for writing groups online. Facebook, I know, has many of them. So go on Facebook, search for a writing group that's in your area, and definitely consider joining. You won't regret it. I mean, it's a wonderful place to be in community with other people, to practice the skill of writing. And one of the things you guys may do is even do a thing called critique each other's work. And so this is essentially like a small edit. And you're not an editor. If you're not an editor when you're reading this or watching this, then you may be thinking, well, how can I read somebody's work, and why should I write notes about it? Well, here's the thing: feedback really does help people grow. So even if you're reading it from a reader's perspective, you can always write down some notes on the side. You'd be like, hey, when I read this, I thought of this, or when I read that, I thought, oh, this wasn't really needed. Your view, your perspective is definitely something that's always going to be helpful and beneficial to the writer. So definitely consider joining a writing group, join a critique group if possible, so that you guys can exchange content to read and review and critique. And again, this is a really great way for you to grow as a writer. And then number 3, read really great books. There are lots of books out there. On Writing by Stephen King is one. Self-Editing for Fiction Writers is another one. These are 2 books that I absolutely know are very helpful. Those are the 2 books that I published, that I was encouraged to purchase. Excuse me, I did not publish those, but I did purchase them. They're really great books that I highly suggest. So definitely consider the books, any self-editing books, writing books from some of the writing experts, experts in literature. Consider those and just read and study and become a student. And then number 4, I have subscribe to literature specifically for writers. So there are places like Writer's Digest. I know that there's writersmarket.com, and I'll go ahead and share those links below just so that you can have that information underneath this video. But those are some places that I absolutely know are extremely beneficial. They have a lot of content that is geared specifically for writers. So all you have to do is just hop onto their websites. You can sign up for free. I don't think that there is a fee to any of these places, but definitely make sure that you check them out, because they give you, like I said, really great content. They may give you some writing prompts, some writing exercises, or other things that they do teach, different stories that you can read from other writers. There's always a lot that you can learn from writers in those communities. So definitely check them out when you can. And I will share those links below. All right, and so the number 5, I have consider building a relationship with a writing mentor. So writing mentors is something that it's people that are there to help you walk through your journey as a writer. I know they can be really hard to find because, well, writers are typically writing, and a lot of people don't really have a lot of time to pour into or kind of disciple other people as they're learning and developing becoming writers. But I'm going to go ahead and throw a plug out there at Create and Blossom. This is something that I personally do. So I love engaging with writers. I love reading new material. I absolutely love reading their stories, and I love walking through that process with them to help them grow. And so this is a big reason why Create and Blossom exists. Okay, we are here to help you to navigate through that writing process. We're here to be a mentor for you, to help you stay accountable to your work, make sure that your work's done and completed, and we are here to help you to pursue that goal of being published. So definitely search for a writing mentor. And if you would like to learn more about Create and Blossom, you can just go to www.createandblossomllc.com. And I also will put that link at the bottom as well. Definitely check them out. And then number 6 is consider taking continuing education classes. And so I do recommend that, even though I know that is not really necessary for you to come out with an English degree so you can get published. No, it's not a requirement whatsoever. You don't need to have that. But there is nothing wrong with taking writing classes. Take English, take public speaking. These are courses that you can actually take online, or if you prefer to go to the college campus, that's also something you could do. But I highly suggest this because this will help you continue to put into practice the things that you know are going to help you be a better writer and speaker. And so being a speaker comes along with being an author. And the reason I say that is because, well, usually authors are asked to come to different events to speak, maybe to host workshops or to talk about their book, either at the bookstores or at different events, so on and so forth. There are lots of reasons why speaker directly follows being an author. So it is a good idea to attend a class or two so that you can learn, strictly for you to learn the skills that you need that you can put into practice, okay? So consider an English class. If you're not really good at writing, if you're not really good at English, then definitely consider taking English classes. This is only going to help you sharpen your skills more as a writer. If you want it to be taken very seriously and you want it to be shown in your work, then definitely do so. Otherwise, you will have a lot of edits that you will constantly have to make to your manuscript, and that will cost you. It'll be extremely expensive if you're not traditionally published. So those are the 6 tips that I'm sharing today on how you can grow as a writer. It's extremely important to consider all of the things that I have acknowledged in this video, and I'm going to run through those one more time. I'm just opening up this book one more time. So number 1, attend a writing workshop or publishing conferences. Okay. Number 2, join a writing group. Very helpful, very beneficial. Definitely going to do nothing but help you grow as a writer. Number 3, read really great books. Remember, I talked about On Writing by Stephen King, and I also talked about self-editing for fiction writers. 2, I highly suggest. I will post those links in the comments. Number 4, subscribe to literature that is specifically for writers. I talked about Writer's Market. That's also very helpful. And I also talked about Writer's Digest. 2, I definitely recommend that you check them out. Okay, number 5, consider building a relationship with a writing mentor. This is going to be very helpful. Remember, at Create and Blossom, we can help you do that. You don't have to be local to us, though. We can meet you virtually to help you do that. And that's something I do every day, and I absolutely love it. And then number 6, consider taking continuing education classes. All right, that's something that I know will be very helpful. Like I said, if you struggle with reading, then you definitely want to consider taking English classes and taking public speaking or anything that you feel would be very beneficial, even business. Business is also a class that really can help you to learn a little bit more about the business world because, well, writing a book, you actually become your little self what do you call it? You become like an entrepreneur. And if you're self-published especially, then you're going to have to manage all of what it means to be a self-published author. And that'll be another video for another day. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you so much for watching my video. Here's a copy of my book. It's called Put Your Pen to Paper. You can purchase this. It's available on barnesandnoble.com and on Amazon. I will post a link to this book below where you will find that kind of inspiration and more. This is a hardcover copy. I absolutely love this one because it feels heavier. I love it. It's also available in paperback. That's a little bit cheaper as well. And I do believe it's available in the ebook format as well. So I'll post all those links below here for you to purchase. And definitely contact me directly or contact us if you have any questions. Please like, love, and subscribe. Remember to press that button on the side so you can get notifications from when we post new videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.